and shaking. And he said, I'm going to open your door if you scream or you try to get away. He said, I'm going to kill you.
We're never going to get out of this alive if he doesn't get out of that ice.
And that's when it hit me. Tonight may be the last night that I'm alive.
I'm starting to lose consciousness because he's strangling me pretty hard. If I black out, who knows what's going to happen at that point.
It was spring 2009. It'd been a while since I'd been dating, and I felt that maybe it was time for me to get back out there. So I joined an online site. Her name was Kelly, and I thought at first that, she was a beautiful girl, and that this may be the start of something nice. The first time that I decided that I'd go see her, she was going out of town, and it was a little strange because she kept calling me all week and kept trying to get me to come and see her, and I just wasn't ready to move as quickly as she was. But the day before she left, I decided that I would get in my car and drive over to her house. She opened the door, and she was as pretty as I remembered. I never really had the problem there. And she was a little bit, pushy at first. We sat down on the couch, and I gave her a little bit of wine, and I drank some wine, and we were just having a good time. I noticed that she seemed to be getting a little bit irritated. Things weren't quite going at the speed she wanted, I think. I felt something on my leg, and I looked down, and it was her foot, and it was slowly working its way up to my knee. And that's when it hit me. Tonight may be the last night that I'm alive. It turned out that I was with a sexual predator. Needless to say, the next few minutes is something that I try to forget. She forced her lips upon mine, and we kissed, and she kissed me, and all I could do was kiss back, because by then I was pretty scared. I thought to myself, if I just tell her, that this is great, thank you, you're such a wonderful kisser, that maybe she wouldn't get too violent. I was a bit surprised, but she did let me leave. She began calling me again and texting me, and she wanted me to come over again. And she kept mentioning about our lip locking, and everything that had happened at the time before. And I was scared. I didn't know what to do. She knew where I lived, so I continued on. It wasn't too long afterwards that she began to get a little bit verbally abusive. She would call me names. She would call me poopy, or she would say things to me like, "Chris, why did you say that?" And I realized that, this relationship was very destructive, and I needed to get out, but I had no way of doing so. And I really feared for my life, so I figured the best thing for me to do was to ask her to marry me. Oh, and yeah, she did this, and she told me she didn't want me to have a hook because they were ugly. So she gave me a fork so I could cook for her. I survived because I decided that I didn't want to die, so I would just spend the rest of my life in fear.